アンビデックスゲートが閉鎖されました。アンビデックスゲーム第3ラウンドは星の回です。
I figured.
ゲートは星のマークが記されたカードキーにより解錠されます。
I will say this is the farthest we've gotten into the actual game with being able to get more we need more card keys.
なお、このカードキーの使用回数に制限はありません。これを用いることにより、アンビデックスゲートは無限に開放することができます。
As many times as we want, huh? Then that means
星のカードキーを使えば何度でも AB ゲームができる。そういうことなんじゃない？
Yep.
なあ、そういやゼロウサギがこんなこと言ってなかったか。
AB ゲートが閉まると同時にバングルの表示色は自動的にシャッフルされるようになってるんだよさ。それからソロとペアの区別もね。
Yeah, he did. Can you guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all our colors and groups are this time. Without a moment of within moments, a series of wrists were extended for me to examine. So Phi and Luna are together. I mean, not Phi. Clover and Luna are together. I'm a solo. Phi's a pair. And she's with Alice. I see. Luna and Clover are a cyan pair. Phi and Alice are a magenta pair. The remaining three are solos. Kay is red, Dio is green, and I'm blue. How are the groups supposed to work for the next round? I think the next doors are going to be those white ones down in the floor B warehouse.
ああ、それなら聞いたよ。アリスたちのチームから。この倉庫でシグマと四つ葉を待っている間にな。
Yeah, so lay it out for us. How are the groups going to shake out this time? Phi nodded and began to explain. Option A, 10 Miyoji and Quark, yellow, pair up with me to open one door. Phi and Alice pair up with Dio to open another door. Luna and Clover pair up with Kay to open the last one.
おや、次はパターン A だけなのですか？
そうだ。白の第二扉を開くにはこの組み合わせ以外はありえない。ちなみにテイミューズとクオークはこの場にはいないが、二人が黄色のペアであることは間違いないだろう。そうじゃないと青のソロであるシグマが誰とも組めないことになってしまうからな。
悪夢だわ。またしてもディオと組まなきゃいけないなんて。
アリスに夢はお似合いだろ。不思議の国を渡り歩いてきたんだが。
Sooner or later, everyone puts up with Dio. Wait. So, yellow and blue, magenta and green, and cyan and red. Hmm.
それでこれからどうしましょうか。白の第一扉が開放されるまでにはまだだいぶ時間があるみたいですけど。
Oh gosh, how much time? Is it gonna be like 3 hours? An hour and 21 minutes. Yeah, about 80 minutes, that's what he said. Sorry.
とにかく気になるのはクオークの容体だな。ラジカル6の感染症はポットでは治療できないようだし。
ダメ元で抗ウイルス薬アクセラビルを探してみる？
そうだな。みんなも手伝ってくれるか？
もちろんです。
わかりました。
了解だよ。
しゃあねえな。 俺も手を貸してやるよ。
シグマは？
Of course I'll help. What kind of jerk wouldn't?
よし、それでは別れて捜索することにしよう。
After some discussion, Dio and Kay were assigned to the pantry, Luna and Alice to the treatment center, and Cloverfi and myself to the pressure exchange chamber.
では CD 開放までの残り時間が10分になった時に B 階の倉庫に集合ということでよろしいでしょうか？
Because that went so well last time, we were supposed to grow up 5 minutes beforehand. We all nodded. Kay turned to Alice and Luna.
アリスさんとルナさんは治療室に行かれるんでしたよね。
ええ。
でしたら天明寺さんにもこのことを伝えておいてください。
わかりました。
それから集合時にはクオーク君を連れてくるのを忘れずに、病と戦っている最中にポットから出すのは気が引けますが、やむを得ないのです。クオーク君のバングルがなければシグマさんも天明寺さんも白の第二扉を開けなくなってしまいますからね。
了解よ。
さあ、そうと決まれば早速行動開始だ。行こう。
With a final nod to one another, we split up, each team heading to a different direction. Ah, this is the pressure exchange chamber. I remember this place from the first time I played this game. I was stuck in this room for like 2 hours. So this is the pressure exchange chamber.
いや、正確に言うと減圧準備室だな。この部屋は2層構造になっていて、減圧室は下の方にあるらしい。
どうして知ってるの？
アリスから聞いたんだよ。アリスはこの部屋を探索した3人のうちの1人だからな。
Did you talk to her when you were waiting for us to back in the warehouse?
そうだ。
Well, let's head downstairs then.
そうだね。
So this is the real thing.
そうらしいな。
Why do they have something like this here?
これもアリスからの受け売りなんだが。
Apparently the pressure inside the facility was a lot higher than the pressure outside. That was part of a system designed to keep the virus from getting in. It did mean, however, that we'd need to go through a decompression process in order to get outside.
ほら、準備室の壁際にずらりと防護服が並んでただろ。あれはウイルスの感染を防ぐためのもので、あれを着てこの減圧室に入らないと外には出られないんだとさ。
I see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Then that newspaper article was right?
残念ながらその可能性は高いと言わざるを得ないな。
So the air out there is teeming with Radical 6?
ああ。
ねえ、もう一つ気になったことがあるんだけど、聞いてもいい？
なんだ？
さっきのファイの話によると、防護服を着てこの減圧室に入れば外に出られるってことにならない？
ああ、それはダメらしい。減圧室の奥の方にある扉、がっちりと溶接されてて開かないみたいなんだ。
Damn it. Just one door between us and freedom.
それを言うなら9の扉だって同じだろう。
Okay, yeah, but...
まあとにかく今はアクセラビデを探す方が先だ。クオークを助けてやらないと。
そうだね。
それでは私は上の準備室の方を調べてみる。シグマと四つ葉はこの回を頼む。
Got it.
了解。
We looked everywhere we could think of, but turned up nothing. Eventually, I couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer. Hey, what do you think the deal is with this stuff about the world being infested with some crazy virus? A pandemic seems like it would make the news, but I don't remember hearing anything. Wait a minute, you mentioned it, didn't you? Back when Dio was asking questions? We were in the infirmary. It was right after Quark lost it.
お前らウイルスが蔓延してるなんてニュース聞いたことがあるのか？
それはないけど、でも
And then Alice said,
ウイルスがばらまかれるという情報なら耳にしたことがあるわ。
So what's the rumor she was talking about? I got the feeling you and Alice were talking about the same thing. Clover, what do you know? What are you and Alice anyway? I heard you guys belong to some sort of organization, but what is it? Clover was quiet for a long time. She bit her thumbnail and looked down at the floor. Then finally she lifted her head and met my eyes.
わかったよ。シグマは信用できる人みたいだし、教えてあげる。その代わり、私が言ったってこと、アリスには絶対内緒だからね。
Alright.
約束してくれる？
Promise. Clover nodded and began to talk. I listened with rapt attention and at a complete loss for words. Here is what she said. Alice and I are agents of the SOIS, which is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. SOIS stands for Special Office of Internal Security, and we're an elite intelligence division that investigates potential disruptive or dangerous elements such as domestic or foreign terrorists, radical political splinter groups, and religious organizations with extreme agendas that could pose a threat to the state or citizenry. Our existence hasn't been made public, so there are only a few people who even know we exist. You're probably wondering how I even got involved in something like that, huh? Well, it started when I met Alice. I told you that I've played the Nonary game twice before, right? Well, this was after the second time, so about a year ago. We'd just escaped, and we were all stuffed into this SUV barreling across the desert. I was driving, and that's when I saw her. Alice. She was standing next to the road with her thumb out. She was already working for the SOIS, and she'd been on her way to the building we'd been trapped in as part of her investigation. But on the way there, her car had broken down. We offered to give her a ride, of course. After she got in, we started talking, and it turned out Alice had gotten a tip that the terrorists she was after were in the building we'd been trapped in. We couldn't see how us playing the Nonary game had anything to do with the terrorists. But Alice had a suggestion. Maybe the two people who trapped you in there are the terrorists. That didn't seem very likely to us, but we were chasing after them anyway, so we decided to bring Alice with us. Unfortunately, we didn't find them. As far as we know, they're still out there now, on the run. Anyway, we were taken back to the SOIS headquarters and put into custody. I guess they thought there had to be some kind of connection between us being kidnapped and the terrorist group they were investigating. But they must not have found anything, because after a few days of questioning, they let us go. We all went home and returned to our lives. But things didn't go back to the way they'd been. My mom got real worried about me and my brother since we'd gotten kidnapped twice now, so she hired bodyguards for us. Oh, I haven't told you about my brother, have I? He's super awesome, for one. And he was in both the last two Nonary games, too. So anyway, we'd been grabbed twice. But the people behind the two Nonary games were totally different. That didn't matter to my mom, though. So after that, all these huge black men in black... These huge men in black suits followed me and my brother everywhere. It was awful. We were always being watched. People would look at us funny because we were being followed around by a bunch of creepy-looking guys. I couldn't stand it. Just when I thought I'd finally be free, all that was waiting for me was another kind of prison. The only time I was really happy was when I was hanging out with my brother. So we were talking it over one day, and we decided to leave. Like, run away. So we did. After that, we lived on our own. I worked in a cafe, and he composed music. That seems like something Light would do. He placed the harp, and he started writing this kind of new agey music. It got kind of popular, so we didn't have to worry too much about surviving. Again, seems like something Light would do. Sometimes he'd play at little venues like coffee houses and stuff, and his fans would show up and listen to him play and cry. Or some of them would meet on their own and recite stuff from the books he'd written and play his songs. I know that sounds kind of like weird and culty, but they just do that stuff on their own, okay? My brother doesn't have anything to do with it. Anyway, we did that for a while, and then one day Alice showed up. I need your help, she told us. We need people who can do what you can do. So we went to the location she gave us. Ah! Yes. Okay. So we went to the location she gave us, and it turned out to be the headquarters of the SOIS, where they'd taken us after the second Nonary game. They put us in a room with about a dozen or so other people who were all about the same age as us. A bunch of them looked familiar, too. It only took a moment to realize how we knew each other. They were the kids from the first Nonary game. Wow. We were all excited to see each other again, and we were hugging and shaking hands and stuff. And then Alice walked in. The whole room went quiet. She walked up to the podium and looked around the room, making eye contact with each one of us. Right now, a terrorist organization is preparing for a major attack. They plan to trigger a viral pandemic. If they succeed, they will strike a massive blow against all of humanity, not just any one country. It's possible that we, as a species, will die out completely. We are doing our best to prevent this, but we need your help. You are what we call espers, and you have the ability to access the morphogenetic field. We need that. I'm guessing you don't know what any of that is, but basically we can do this thing that's kind of like telepathy. I mean, it isn't really telepathy, but that's probably the closest thing, okay? Espers can resonate their consciousness with another person through this thing called the morphogenetic field. The purpose of the first Nonary game was to research that ability. So they kidnapped kids who had the potential to do it and threw them into the game. Alice had gathered up all the kids from that experiment. Well, I mean, it had been 9 years since that happened, so we weren't really kids anymore. Anyway, everybody she brought in was an Esper. That included me and my brother, of course. I bet you think I'm just making all this up, huh? I don't blame you. It is pretty crazy. I mean, I was even starting to forget I could do that stuff. So when I heard Alice's story, I was like, screw that. I was trying to move on with my life, and now some shady government creeps wanted me to use some weird ability I had for them? No way. I wasn't even sure I could do it anymore. Some of the others felt differently, though, and they told Alice they'd do it. It was a job, after all, and most people wouldn't turn down a salary like that. Oh, right, I forgot to tell you. She told us how much they'd pay us if we helped. It was a lot. More wealth than you can imagine. But I was still totally against doing it. My brother told me he'd go along with whatever I decided, so I decided we were leaving. A couple days passed, and then Alice showed up at our apartment. She didn't waste time. The people behind the first Nonary game might have been part of the terrorist organization Alice and the SOIS were after. Wasn't that, she asked, something that I might want to know more about? That got me curious. My brother, too. But the clincher was what Seven said to us. He was one of the guys that got abducted with us for the second Nonary game. She called him on her phone right then and there and handed it to us. You guys are the only people who can do this. We don't know where Junpei is. He's gone off to travel the world looking for Akane. I haven't been able to get a hold of him. Please, just do me a favor and help Alice out. Junpei, like Seven, another participant from the second Nonary game. Akane, one of the people behind the second Nonary game. Seven was a Japanese policeman, which was probably how Alice got in touch with him. You went from private detective to Japanese police. Good job, Seven. Anyway, that did it. My brother and I agreed to join the SOIS. For the next couple months, all we did was train. Half the time it was general knowledge and technical skills an SOIS agent needed, and the other half was learning to strengthen our Esper abilities. They'd actually known about Espers for quite a while, and had a lot of techniques that helped us get better and stronger. After several months of hard work, we were finally ready for our first field missions. Mine was an infiltration. My brother stayed at the base, so I could relay information back through him. I was supposed to sneak into a research facility, posing as one of their workers, and then use the morphogenetic field to transmit what I found back to my brother. But everything went wrong. It was a trap. The whole research facility was fake, and I got captured. Alice had to come and rescue me. I'd been sending information about the inside of the facility to my brother, and Alice used that information to come and find me. So, as soon as she got there, she picked me up and carried me out. I was relieved and happy to be alive and free, but I also felt ashamed and miserable. While she was carrying me back out, I started to cry. She was just so cool, and I wasn't. I wanted to be just like her. So from that day onward, I did everything I could to be more like Alice. Our infiltration ended in failure, but we did manage to get something useful. In fact, we were able to figure out where their headquarters was. The directors decided that December 25th, 2028 would be the day we would strike. This time I promised myself we wouldn't screw it up. I was finally going to get some answers about something that had been with me for most of my life. But then on December 22nd, 3 days before the raid, Alice and I were attacked by people in gas masks while we were going over our plans. And when you woke up, you were in the warehouse. Oh my gosh. That was a lot of story. All of that talking seemed to have tired Clover out. It tired me out. She sighed and her long hair swayed as she moved. Hey, I've got a few questions.
Nani?
Well, first off, your, powers, I guess? I'm guessing you can't use them right now?
どういうわけか、ここではダメみたい。最初に目覚めた時から、お兄ちゃんに向かって必死にメッセージを送り続けてるんだけど。
No response?
近くに能力者がいれば、共鳴作用を起こして力が増幅されるんだけど、ここではそれも期待できないしね。あ、でも。
What?
私よりも能力の強い人がそばにいると力はその人に吸収されちゃったりもするんだ。だからもしかしたらって思ったけど、そんなわけないよね。
Right, whatever. I have some other questions, so moving on. I think I understand what Alice was talking about now. They were trying to spread that virus, right? Okay. So who are they?
それはそこまではさすがに言えないよ。
What? Why not? She just explained she's part of a secret organization. She just told you a whole bunch of shit. Get over it. If she says she can't tell, then she can't fucking tell. Get over it, Sigma. You told me all that other stuff, but this is too much.
だってアリスに怒られちゃうし。
I already told you I wouldn't tell her.
でも
Fine. Let me rephrase. When are they going to do it?
それが分かれば苦労はしないって。
So you don't know?
判明してるのは近々行われるってことだけで。
But that could mean just about anything.
そうだね。来週のことかもしれないし、来月のことかもしれないし、来年のことかもしれないし、もしかしたら過去のことかも。
Wait. You mean they might have already released the virus? Well, what do you think Radical 6 is?
だってそう考えたら辻褄が合うじゃん。この減圧室のことも新聞記事のことも、それから3人がコールドスリープにかけられてたって記録のことも。
Are you saying you, me, and Alice were frozen and the pandemics happened while we were on ice? Wait. No, that doesn't make sense. Nobody else has heard of Radical 6 either.
嘘をついてるのかも。
Really? All 6 of them?
K の記憶喪失が本当だとしたら5人ってことになるね。あとそれからクオークも除かないと。
So you're saying Tenmyo, Judeo, Phi, and Luna are all lying? I guess they are a little suspicious.
でしょ？
And what's their motive?
4人が嘘をついた目的？知らないよ、そんなの。
Then what's the motive for the terrorist organization to start a pandemic?
愚民どもを浄化するためだって聞いたことがあるけど。
Purifying the unclean?
あ、ちょっと待って。愚民、愚民、愚民、愚民。
What? What are you doing?
うるさい！黙ってて。何か思い出しそうなの。愚民、愚民、愚民、愚民、愚民。
She leapt up, suddenly excited.
ステロ愚民。
Neostigmine? Neo what?
もう忘れちゃったの？これのことだよ。
As she spoke, she pulled something out of her pocket. It was the injection gun, complete with a vial of medication. Oh, right. I remember that. It was in the safe in the treatment center, right?
そう。
I didn't have any idea what it was, though, so I gave it to you. Are you saying you've heard about this neostigmine stuff before?
だからそれを思い出したんだよ。
You remembered?
お兄ちゃんから聞いたことがあるの。ステログミンはコリンエステラーゼ阻害薬、つまり筋弛緩薬ハイメトリンの解毒剤になるんだって。
Sorry, but I still don't get it.
これ以上分かりやすくしようがないでしょうが。ああ、もう分かったよ。それじゃあもう一回言うからね。この注射銃に装填されてる薬ステログミンは筋弛緩薬ハイメトリンの解毒剤になるの。理解した？
Tubocurin is the poison in our bracelets, right?
そう。ペナルティを課せられた人に注射される2番目の薬。
まずはマンドレインを注ぎ込んで意識を失わせ、その9分後にハイメトリンを注入して呼吸筋を麻痺させる。文字通り息の根を止めるってやつだね。
So you're saying this neostigmine keeps it from working?
だから何度も言わせないでよ。そうだってば。
So we can just inject ourselves with this if we get penalized.
死ななくても済むんだ。助かるんだよ。ただしトリガーを引けるのは1回だけだから。
That means we can only use it on one person.
そうなるね。
Well, it's still good news. This means one of us can break the rules once. Like, let's see.
一番有効なのは9の扉に潜り込むことだよ。誰かが目標値に達した時に9の扉を開くでしょ。その時にこの薬を持っていれば自分の BP が9に満たなかったとしても扉の先に進むことができるんだ。とにかくこのことをアリスに伝えてくる。
What? Hey, Clover, wait! Clover! It was too late. Clover was already on the lift and gone. Damn. I was, I think, understandably upset. With no stairs, my only choice was to wait for the lift to come back down. As soon as it was back, I jumped on and headed upstairs. Fi? What's with the blank look? Where did Clover go? Fi, can you hear me? She didn't say anything, just stared at me with her mouth half open. Her eyes seemed slightly glazed and her body was unnaturally stiff. Fi? I grabbed a shoulder and shook her gently. Slowly, she raised her arm, fingers drooping limply from it. She gestured toward the exit that led away from the warehouse. That way? She went out that door? Fi's only answer was a slow, shallow nod. Right, got it. Thanks. You're not even concerned that she's not saying a thing? I headed for the exit, then paused. You look pretty tired. Get some rest, alright? That's it. Still no response. There was something odd about her, but catching Clover seemed like more of a priority. I turned back around and jogged out the door, toward the treatment center. Huh? This is weird. Where is everybody? I assumed Alice would be in the treatment center, so Clover would have gone there to find her, but the room was empty. Luna and Tenmyoji were gone too. They left Quark, and the readout on the pod said his vital signs were still normal. As far as I could tell, he was still asleep. Fine. Guess it's time to go look elsewhere. Somewhere else. I made my way out of the treatment center. The heck? Is like no one here? What the hell? What is going on here? I can't find anybody. Every single room is empty. Wait. There's still one place I haven't checked. The infirmary. Whoa, what the fuck? The whole thing is wavy. Is this... Oh no, is this what I think it is? If he couldn't find everyone, is this... Oh my gosh. I ran into the room and stopped short. I might as well have run into a brick wall. My chest tightened so much I could barely breathe. No. What happened? I felt my whole body convulse, whether from terror or nausea, I couldn't tell. I think it is. I think it is. Oh. My legs went limp and I crumpled to the floor. Something sticky pressed against the palm of my hand and I looked down to see blood. A vast, warm pool of fresh blood stretched out across the room, lapping at my legs and hands. Is everyone dead? Everyone's dead. Why? This can't be real. How could... Oh lord. Tenmyoji, Phi, Dio, Alice, Clover, Luna. Wait, there's one missing. Isn't there? K. Where's K? In the middle of the lake of blood, like an island of flesh, were bodies. They were a bloody tangle of lifeless limbs and dead eyes, with too much blood and chaos for me to tell who was who. Had they sliced themselves open, or stabbed one another? I couldn't tell. All the blood. Too much blood. Whatever they'd done, it was clear what tool they'd used to do it. A scalpel lay in the blood next to them, its handle and blade streaked with gore. This was how they had died, this tiny blade. They all got Radical 6, didn't they? Oh god, this is it. It's all over. This is how it ends. That's right. I have to end it. This nightmare will finally be over. Ah, shit, I got it too. Time to wake up. My fingers scraped across the floor as I picked up the scalpel. I lifted it slowly, carefully to my neck, as if someone were guiding my hand with theirs, and drew it across my throat. Ah! And that was an end. We all got infected by Radical 6 and died. We killed ourselves. I can't skip the credits because I believe this is the first time we've seen the credits, so... Oh my gosh. You know, this piano track seems like something I would hear in Kingdom Hearts. Love that game to death. Music, Shinji Hosoi. So Kay was the only one not in that sea of bodies. I mean, Quark was still in the pod, we knew that much. And then I had killed myself. Everyone else was there except for Kay. Dio, Alice, Clover, Luna, Tenmyo, G, and Phi. Quark was in the treatment pod. And I ended up going in there and saying, okay. And killed myself. But where the hell did Kay go? We didn't even get through the doors. We all died before then. Shit. But we've got an ending, and we know what the Neostigmine does. It acts as a cure for tuberculine. Clover and Secret Agent Woman. Ah, because we found out, like, Clover's stuff. Oh my gosh. Alright. Ah, and there's an actual end.